Y2K skinny, heroin chic. Are we going back decades? What is going on lately with celebrities? We're going to get into it. Welcome back, everybody. Candidly with Coffee. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. We are back, and we're going to get into all things like body trends because I feel like, we're going back in time.
Back to that ugly ass skinny movement I see.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy? I wanted to do some research before this episode, but I didn't. But I'm trying to figure out what it is about. Why do trends repeat? You know what I mean? Like every few decades, we go back a few decades.
Yeah. That's a good question. I don't know. Some trends need to stay lost in the sauce. They're horrible. But
I feel like everything. So for example, the trend that's going out right now is like the big parentheses hips and the big huge BBL booties.
That's out.
They're going out. It's out. Yeah. But based on history, is it coming back? When is it coming back? In 2050, it's coming back?
Probably. It'll probably make its way back.
It'll make its way back.
People love it. It always starts with one person, starts with social media, and all of a sudden people are like followers.
I think it starts with a heavily influential celebrity.
Yep.
And then people kind of start following suit with that. So it started, I think that whole BBL trend started with a little bit with the Kardashians.
I was about to say, they're the ones who kind of set it off, for sure. And a couple of rappers, female rappers.
Yes, like
Cardi B
and the other one, Nicki Minaj. But the trend that's alarming me is this heroin chic specifically. But we're going to get into that. But before we do, if you're not already following us on Candidly_with_coffee on Instagram, follow us there. Our Instagram's actually growing. I think we've gained like 1,000 followers there because we've had some controversial podcast clips go a little viral.
For sure.
And leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. We'd really appreciate it. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, everywhere you get your podcasts. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Here on this channel, you get Candidly with Coffee, and then you also get our day in the life vlogs. So make sure you do that. And we actually just launched a new YouTube channel. And on that YouTube channel, you just find more of us, more value, more interesting, more information like about our coaching. Because, we help midlife women get into their dream body. And if you want information like fitness, nutrition, grocery hauls, stuff like that, then you can find our new channel as well. So make sure you're subscribed to both. And then just for us, we took a little bit of a hiatus. I've got a lot of messages saying where we were. We were off for a couple of weeks just because that's how things landed on the calendar. But we're back and open to suggestions on what you want us to talk about. Like what topics are you feeling the need for the Escobars to dive into? And it could be about anything because like we have said, we have liked to keep this podcast very candid and kind of about everything. Although, our people are the midlife people in our phase of life, empty nesters, but we can talk about it all. It doesn't have to be about fitness and all of that.
No, I think fitness can get boring. When you live it all the time and you hear it all day long, 24/7 on the internet, it's like more fitness people, more podcasts, it's kind of like, I think people get burned out on it. They want to hear about real life stuff.
Yeah, there's only so much
we could teach you.
About how to build muscle.
It's honest, it's very basic. There's only so much. How many ways you're going to skin a cat? I'm saying you keep doing it over and over, just, I don't know. Mm-hmm. Open to suggestions for sure.
Yes, we are open to suggestions. Sound off in the comments. Let us know. We want to know what you want to hear about, and we'll reply to all the comments.
Yes, we will.
All right, you guys. So first of all, let's define. Do you know what Y2K skinny is? That's supposedly that's kind of like the look that's in right now. Not only body wise, but fashion. Do you remember what Y2K fashion was?
No, not really.
So Y2K fashion is low-rise denim, tiny baby tees. Think about Paris Hilton.
Oh yeah, I remember that era.
Britney Spears, like the super low-rise jeans that like hit right at the hips.
Yep.
I felt like it was interesting at that time because of the low-rise jeans, I felt like bodies kind of followed suit. Like midsections were kind of wide. Like think about like girls wearing low-rise jeans with like kind of wide waistlines. I don't know. I felt like, or like longhas hanging off.
Yeah.
That was kind of a look.
Yeah.
Studded belts. I remember like studded belts or glittery belts. Slim fit jeans. Also like flares I think were popular, or wide legs.
Wide legs. I remember wide legs.
It says here modern streetwear, distressed textures, but they're also the body with it. So the Y2K was very skinny, but not fit at all. So just very soft, skinny.
Yeah.
I feel like the reason why Y2K skinny is in now, because Y2K skinny basically equals like a GLP-1 body.
Exactly. Goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Because what do? They torch off a lot of the muscle. Yes, you lose fat, but you're torching off a lot of muscle, and you just get sucked up. You're getting like almost like the lethargic look.
Yeah.
Just weak.
Yeah. It's like it's a tired look.
Tired look.
Which actually brings
Sunken
me right
eyes.
into the other popular, like back in the 90s, so a decade before, was heroin chic. That was a look. Kate Moss. So think not a lot of makeup, dark, kind of like a little dark circles around the eyes. It actually looks like you're like a drug addict. That's why heroin chic.
Like goth look?
Not goth, but gaunt.
Gaunt.
So actually, specifically, it's very thin, bony body, pale skin, so not tan, so very, very pale skin.
Oh, yeah, I remember
dark
that.
circles under the eyes, messy, stringy, straight hair, and a blank or tired expression. So it was very popular in editorial, like magazines, like Vogue magazine and everything. Very like bony upper body structure, kind of like hunched over, bad posture. Think like the Calvin Klein ads back then.
Yeah.
Kate Moss and those models. They had that heroin chic look. Smoking, like that was the thing, like smoking a lot, very skinny, coffee drinking. That was the look.
I wonder if they're trying to bring that back.
They are. So now.
No, the smoking too, thinking it's cool, especially when women do it. I don't know. That thing's disgusting to me when women do it.
Smoking, I don't think vaping is the thing. So vaping kind of is taking over the smoking, and it's kind of the same vibe, but just it's a little bit of a different thing. And then the bodies are coming from GLP-1 use.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Well, because they're abusing it. It's like they want more and more and more. They're addicts themselves. They don't realize it.
I think it's becoming an addiction. The skinny addiction.
Yeah, of course it is.
You get addicted to skinny. I think you also get addicted to being skinny without having to think about it. So they're actually like not even having to try to be skinny. They're just take the shot and they're just skinny because they never think about food, so they never eat.
Yeah, that's like an easy way to lose weight, I guess, not eating. I mean, that's what it does. It just causes you not to be hungry.
Do you realize that people that are on a GLP-1, and I'm just talking in general, but I've had a lot of experience with clients coming in on it, when they don't track, they don't think that they are under eating. They actually have no concept that they're under eating because they're not even thinking about food and they feel full. So those two things combined make them feel like, oh, well, I'm full and I'm eating, so I'm probably fine. They don't even realize they're under eating unless they start tracking macros, because the people that I've had that come in to coaching that have been taking a GLP-1, I have them start tracking. I don't even have them try to hit any targets at first. I'm like, I just need to know how much you're eating. And after a week or two, they come back to me shocked that they're eating like 800 calories.
Yeah. It's I don't know how people could survive with that low calories. Like, how can you function?
Well,
Because not the part that you're not hungry, energy wise, how the hell do you function? Because that's like you're barely alive. Like, how do you do your day-to-day activities? How do you go to work? How do you think? How do you drive? Anything. How do you do anything?
I think their baseline changes and they forget. I think initially they might feel that in a harsh way, but over time they kind of just get used to that feeling, and they get used to it. Becomes the new baseline. Like they're just kind of low energy, tired. Listen, I've had multiple clients while working with me decide like, hey, I'm gonna take a GLP-1 so that I can make it a little easier to hit my macros. And then I tell them the guidance, like, okay, but you still got to hit your macros. You still, oh yeah, I'm going to still get my workouts in. I'm going to still hit my macros. It's like that peptide zaps their desire to even want to do that. Even with the best intentions, they struggle. And a lot of times it's because the dosage is wrong. But then it becomes like they become addicted to having the dosage high enough to where they don't have any hunger because they don't want to think about it. They don't want to have to sacrifice or be hungry. They want to wipe that out. But if you wipe that out completely, then you're going to be heroin chic because you're not going to eat enough. You're going to be tired. You're not going to want to work out. You're not even going to want to go for a walk, get sunlight in your face. So inadvertently, that's why these two trends, the Y2K and the heroin chic, are coming around because people are abusing GLP-1s.
Oh, by far, too much.
They're abusing it.
It's becoming an epidemic. It's 5 years from now, we're going to see how much damage it causes. There's going to be rehabilitation centers to this.
I think we predicted that. We did an episode, a couple of weeks ago. We did an episode, not a couple of years ago. We did an episode where I predicted that there was going to be like more people flooding the assisted living facilities because we're going to have this breed of older people that's extremely frail. Because already, as you age, if you're not really working to protect your muscle and gain muscle and do all of those things, you're already going to lose muscle every single year. You fold in a GLP-1 on that, and that's going to exponentially raise that. You're already losing muscle every year. Imagine on a GLP-1 how much more that increases. But people think, as long as I'm skinny, I don't care.
And I was just thinking earlier when I seen you lifting your bag, how heavy it was and all that, a lot of women won't be able to do that. Yeah. They're going to need us, a man forever, to help them. Like, who's going to help you when no one's around? When you're alone and old in your house, your kids aren't around, you know what I'm saying? How are you going to lift things, move things? How are you going to carry your groceries from, if you live in a second-story house, or just anything, open up a jar. You're going to need muscles. Lift something over your head just to put something away in your cupboard.
Yeah, like that's not that's not a way to be. The other thing that's interesting is, so I feel like a lot of people, they end up there, heroin chic. They end up being there, and then a lot of them realize, oh my gosh, this is not what I wanted. And then they got to come out of that.
Yeah.
Listen, coming out of it is a process and you need help. That's where like we come in because it's not an easy thing to do. And that's why people go back and forth. They say, oh my gosh, I don't like this. I'm weak. I'm frail. I don't like my body. It's skinny, but I don't like it. Then they come off and they start gaining weight and they panic. So they go back and forth off and on and it becomes an issue, right? So we actually did an episode because she came on talking about her GLP-1 use. Now all of a sudden everyone wanted to be on the GLP-1 because she talked about it. Jaclyn Hill. We did an episode like about a year ago on her. She came out on YouTube talking about how she started a GLP-1 and she lost all kinds of weight, but she still felt kind of fat or whatever, but she was kind of like addicted to her GLP-1. Well, now she's coming out saying, hey, I was wrong. I'm going backwards now. The GLP-1 was not a good idea.
Is this some chick who spoke about this? It had nothing to do with fitness, but she was giving advice?
She's in makeup. She was giving people advice.
I remember that.
And remember, I was upset. Yeah. I did a podcast.
She's speaking out of...
Yeah, because I was like, you're giving advice on this and you don't even know it.
No.
Right?
No, zero.
And guess what? She's eating crow.
Yeah, of course.
Because she realized she was skinny, fat, frail, unhappy, unhealthy. She got off the GLP-1. She gained 25 pounds. But she's strength training and she's completely changed like her outlook on the usage. And she came out and said, I was addicted to being thin.
Yeah, the people that have a lot of weight to lose, I'm talking about a lot, like maybe 100 pounds more. Those people that are losing weight rapidly, they don't realize it, but they're torching their muscle off more than they are fat. Mm-hmm. There's a difference. People still don't understand weight loss. They think it's just weight loss as a whole. No, there's fat and there's muscle. You're torching off way more muscle than you are fat. Yeah. You want to flip that around. You don't want to be muscle. I
had a client recently tell me, she was like, but I do pretty good on protein. I eat about 60 grams a day. And I was like, that's not enough to sustain the muscle you have. So weight that you lose is going to be lean tissue for sure. Even if you eat adequate amount of protein and strength train and lose and lose weight, you're in a deficit, you're still going to lose some lean tissue. That's why you can't be in a perpetual calorie deficit. You will still lose some percentage of lean tissue when you're in a calorie deficit. You can't prevent that. You can prevent it from being mostly lean tissue, but you're going to sacrifice lean tissue. And so that's why calorie deficits need to be short and intentional. And people are better off spending more time in a recomp where you're eating enough calories to protect your lean tissue, lose only body fat, but it's a slower process.
See, bodybuilders had it right all along for decades because what they do, they always bulked up, put on a lot of muscle, overate, and then during their comp, usually their prep, usually 3 months, they're slowly titrating down. So they're protecting every little bit of muscle, and they're on PDs on top of that. They're not a normal human.
Yeah.
And even they lose muscle.
Yeah.
So imagine a normal person. It's super hard not to lose muscle. You have to, like you said, you have to be like a recomp, or your calories have to step, and you have to slowly peel off the body fat.
Yeah.
It's a what the Goldilocks zones, they call it.
So it's interesting to see that. So for example, and we'll put a picture up on the screen, but this is like Heroin chic or Y2K skinny. This is Nicole Richie back in the day. This is Ariana Grande right now.
I don't remember her looking like that. That's Nicole Richie, huh?
Yeah, but look at Ariana Grande right now.
I know people talking about her. I've heard whispers through the grapevine about her.
Because no one's addressing it. This is a problem. This is either, if you're not, I mean, either it's.
But you know why it's a problem? Even worse. Not just because she's doing
the people who
because our fans are gonna. She has a lot of influence. She's gonna influence a lot of young girls. And they're gonna have body dysmorphia issues and all kinds of stuff.
And that's what we were saying. Like whoever the biggest icons are in the time, right? They create the trend that then becomes the new kind of like wave. Yeah. And the people, the celebrities that are on GLP-1s or getting very, very skinny right now are creating this trend coming back, this heroin chic, this Y2K skinny, and it's dangerous. But then you're starting to see the people backpedaling that maybe started some of the trend. Jaclyn Hill, a lot of followers on YouTube, came out. I read the comments back when she was like, "Oh, I'm on a GLP-1. I lost 20 pounds. I love it. It's wonderful." I read the comments. Everyone's like wanting to ask questions about it because they want to get on it too. And I'm sure there's many, many thousands of people that got on a GLP-1 that follow her because she was on it, and now here she is. Maybe a year later, backtracking already. You know what I mean? But like all the people that you leave in your wake, it's scary.
She put her foot in her mouth.
Yeah, it's scary. And now she's,
And if you're not like have any certification or credentials in fitness or anything to coach people or done as a profession, you shouldn't be speaking out of pocket. It's annoying.
Yeah.
Because we have hundreds and hundreds of hours and experience with clients. We've been doing it, even on ourselves.
Yeah. But it's these celebrities at this time.
And they talk like they know. They don't know nothing. They're just starving their fucking weight off.
They're bringing it back. You know what? Before I wrap it up, another thing that just reminded me of Y2K skinny was that's when little dogs became accessories.
That's right.
During Y2K.
That was Paris Hilton
the little
in the
Juicy
bag.
Couture dog bag.
She was that.
And people would get dogs as accessories.
Yep.
Instead of
crazy how influential all these celebrities are. She's influenced that, and then Kim K and her family influenced the other movement.
Yeah.
Extreme.
Yeah.
And even they went backwards.
Hope this, unfortunately, lately, most people that I talk to, like I've said before, I'm not against a GLP-1, but I very rarely have encountered somebody that has actually used it correctly and successfully for the long haul. Usually, I
99% no.
99%, and that's a lot. And I would say most people are dabbling in it, and I just haven't seen a lot of success, long-term success out of it. Meaning, what do I define as success? Meaning that you are ending up with a fit, muscular physique, like that's a healthy physique that's not under-muscled, and that your metabolic capacity is not wiped out, meaning you can sustain your weight on calories that are a healthy place. Somewhere around 1,800 to 2,000 calories is what you can consume daily as a woman to sustain your weight. If you have to eat sub 1,800 calories to stay the weight you are without gaining, then that's not success to me.
No, they're better off. Go on a build, ladies. Gain some weight. Don't be afraid. Build some muscle. Bring your calories higher, and then titrate down. So you could be cruising around 1,800, 2,000. That's sustainable for women.
Like
that's
where I'm at right now, I really have paid attention. I'm at 2,000 calories is like a nice, it's maintenance for me. Yeah. If I eat a little less than 2,000, I get a little lean that week and I bump it up a little bit and I kind of play around between 1,800 to 2,000. That's good for me too. I feel comfortable there. Like I feel comfortable. I feel good. I feel like I'm strong. I'm energetic. I'm far from frail, skinny. The heroin chic is the antithesis of what I want to look like. So I work really hard to not look that way. And hopefully the tides will shift. But for now, I'm seeing that I don't feel like it's peaked yet. I feel like it's coming in hot, especially if you spend some time on TikTok. So hopefully we can change that, guys. But I don't know. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode, and we'll see you on the next one.